Hello and welcome to the Jet Set. Our Bobby Laurie has snuck away from the studio and is on location in sunny Arizona. He'll be checking in with us shortly to show us some of what he's been up to.
And then I'm headed out to Dulles Airport to play tug-of-war with an airliner and to raise money for a great cause.
And I'm about to tackle your travel news. Tackle is the right word. All this coming up right here on the Jet Set.
Meeting a new friend always makes my trip complete.
Keeping up with the news about a destination helps me make the most of my trip.
Experiencing different cultures, exploring new places, and connecting with diverse people make me a better person. Bobby is gone, but travel news is still here on this week's edition of Here's This. Canada is taking on the issue of sex versus gender in an all-new passport option. As of August 31st, Canadian passport holders will no longer be required to identify strictly between male and female and will have the option of selection X as an unspecified gender designation. The Honourable Ahmed Hussein, Canada's Prime Minister of Immigration, said, "All Canadians should feel safe to be themselves, live according to their gender identity, and express their gender as they choose." The third designation will be available on any federal document issued by Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada. Traveling to London? Well, you won't be able to use Uber there. London did not renew Uber's license to operate in the city, stating, "Uber's approach and conduct demonstrate a lack of corporate responsibility in relation to a number of issues which have potential public safety and security implications." The regulation singled out Uber's approach to reporting serious criminal offenses and its explanation for the use of secret software called Greyball, which could block regulatory bodies from gaining full access to the app. The ruling was supported by London's mayor. With the cancellation of its license, 40,000 drivers, or a third of private hire cars in London, are impacted. Most travelers are paying more to fly today as airlines charge record fees for amenities that were once free. In 2016, airlines charged customers $7.1 billion in fees for checked bags and flight changes, an increase from $6.3 billion in 2010. According to the Government Accountability Office, people who fly without checking bags are now paying less for airfare than they would have in the past. Because of this, many folks claim the unbundling of costs are beneficial to travelers. It said that the majority of the frustration with fees is travelers who use websites like Expedia or Kayak, where checked bag and seating fees aren't disclosed. The Department of Transportation requires airlines to disclose fees on their website, but not on separate booking agents. That got us wondering, have you ever run into unexpected charges when checking in for your flight? We wanted to know, so we sent our producer Brad to find out.
Have you ever gone to the airport and run into unexpected fees, like either baggage fees or headsets or what have you?
That I haven't, and I just got back from Orlando. We didn't have any problems with any of that. Nope.
For our bags being too heavy, I wasn't expecting the fee because I thought we had 2 free bags, but no, they was charging me for extra poundage on my bags. I was unwilling to take anything out. Yeah.
Everything must go.
Yeah, no, I was not willing to take anything out.
No shirt left behind.
No.
Oh, that has happened to me once. I think it was the time I flew Spirit. I had no idea that you had to pay extra for your seat assignment, you pay extra for your carry-on, you pay extra for everything.
Drinks, air, bath, everything.
It was dirt cheap, but I just didn't know any better, so I was unpleasantly surprised by all of that. But I never flew it again, so.
One and done.
So Gailen, have you ever run into any unexpected charges when you go to check in?
That's why I always put a duffel bag in my suitcase, because I got up and they weighed my bag and it was just a few pounds over. It was cheaper for me to take items out, put it into a duffel bag and check 2 bags than it was to pay the overweight charge.
Very smart.
Yeah.
Very smart.
So
I've definitely had to take things out and I've gone to go buy another bag. This was back in the days before I knew what I was doing.
Right, right. I know. Well, you know what the thing is that, with checking the websites, that's another, like we heard, it's another problem people have. You've got to check the website and see what airlines charge for each individual thing so that you can head off those charges.
I know, because you don't want to be that person at the airport who's arguing with the check-in person and then not knowing what they're doing.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, we're going to check in with our absent co-host, Bobby, in about 30 seconds.
Over 70 years of experience in heart and aviation, the members of the Association of Flight Attendants know the realities of the aircraft cabin better than anyone. We don't just serve drinks, we save lives. We don't just negotiate contracts, we move major policy issues like the smoking ban, no knives on planes, clean water, and safe food on board. The air we breathe matters, and we stop the spraying of poisonous pesticides. The Association of Flight Attendants. Stronger together, better together.
So it's time to check in with Bobby, who's decided to skip out of work to take a little desert vacation.
That little scoundrel. He's got to get back here. Well, the view looks amazing. What do you have in store for us, Bobby?
Hey guys, I'm actually in Phoenix on top of the Residence Inn Courtyard Phoenix Downtown. It's the only extended stay hotel in downtown Phoenix, and we've got all the amenities needed to call it home while visiting.
Well, it sounds like you have a lot planned for your visit.
Well, first I'm going to take you through downtown Phoenix and show you all the amazing things it has to offer, and then we're going to take you out to the desert and show you a different side of Arizona.
Danny Lipford and his daughter Chelsea Lipford-Wolf are here with some easy tips for clean air inside your home.
Hi, I'm Danny Lipford.
And I'm Chelsea Lipford-Wolf. We're from Today's Homeowner.
And when you're looking at how to focus on two areas of your home to improve your indoor air quality, it all starts in the kitchen. Chelsea's got that.
When you think of the kitchen, you think of gourmet meals, so you need a quality range hood that's going to take all the smoke and steam and odors up out of your house all the way through to the outside. We recently installed this range hood from Brown that has the vent at the front, so it's able to work a lot faster and smarter, getting all that moisture out of the kitchen, but there's still a lot of moisture left in the bathroom.
Especially when you take those long hot showers, so it's very important to have a good quality exhaust fan that exhausts all the way to the outside. But exhaust fans don't have to be loud and they don't have to be ugly. Check this out, it's InVent from Braun. That's a very attractive fixture. It's doing a great job, and believe it or not, it's actually running right now. That's how quiet it is. More information about improving your indoor air quality by going to todayshomeowner.com.
Stay connected to the Jet Set from wherever you are in the world. Download the Jet Set app today and fly with us via social media. You may even land on the show. Welcome back. October means fall and people are spending more time indoors. It's time to do maintenance around the home and think about safety too. We turn to home and lifestyle expert Laura Dellutri today for tips. Hey Laura, where should we start?
Well, let's start off with a multi-use product that lubricates and removes grime, dirt, and more. WD-40 Smart Straw. It removes smudges from stainless steel appliances, crayons from walls and floors easily, and it gets rid of the sticky residue from price tags on frames. You can also quiet your squeaky doors, desk chairs, and spray it on stuck luggage wheels and zippers. And WD-40 3-ounce handy can is easily stored. And if you're a pet parent, you won't want to be without Bissell's Pro Heat 2X Revolution Pet Pro this fall. It gets out everyday carpet stains that come with the season, like tracked in mud from kids and pets playing outside, and food spills from holiday entertaining. It also tackles pet-specific messes like tough stains and odors using innovative formulas designed with pets in mind. And October is Fire Prevention Month. This is a great time to check your smoke and carbon monoxide alarms. You want to get the highest level of safety with 10-year battery alarms, such as the combination smoke and carbon monoxide alarm with voice and location alerts from First Alert. The alarm alerts you to the threat of smoke or carbon monoxide and location of the hazard in the home to help you make a safe exit. Now, for more information on fall home tips, please head to my blog, lauradellutri.blogspot.com. You'll see more fall tips like chimney sweeping, changing the HVAC filters, air duct cleaning, and don't forget to be energy efficient now with weather stripping and caulking areas that can cost you money in the long run.
Thanks, Laura.
It's time to check in with our very own Bobby Laurie, who is on location and coming to us live from the rooftop of the brand new Residence Inn Courtyard Phoenix Downtown. Hi, Bobby.
Hi again, guys. Well, for the first part of my trip, I'm taking you on an adventure through downtown Phoenix. Take a look. The Residence Inn Phoenix Courtyard downtown was the perfect place to call home during my trip. Beautifully appointed suites with full kitchens let you make it a place you don't want to leave, but with so much just outside my door, I had to go explore the city. I decided to start at the Phoenix Public Market with a delicious and healthy breakfast. It was just what I needed before I met Jill Johnson from Phoenix Rising Tour Company. She took me on a tour of the many murals hiding around the city.
This area actually used to be completely dirt lot, and it was designed by community members. It's now called the Road Lot, and they wanted to have green and shade and all types of beautiful murals. This mural was designed by several different artists who had a piece of paper and they passed it around between all of them, and each added their own specific piece that represented Arizona culture and history.
And so you see a lot of the culture here, especially with the mountains, and then over here, just sunny skies.
Right, sun, yes, we're very famous for our sun.
So doing a walking tour, you really get to experience a lot of downtown Phoenix culture.
Absolutely, and it gives you a chance to experience downtown Phoenix in many different ways, whether it be engaging with our art or learning about our history and our culture and our community.
And there's a lot of history through downtown Phoenix that a lot of people don't realize.
In fact, our first residents lived here around 400 AD, the Hohokam Native Americans. Yes, and they really began the city of Phoenix. Phoenix, like its namesake, has always been a center of evolution and revitalization. And we can show you all of that on our history and culture tours.
Okay, so before I leave you, where can I go that's like a good example of the historical downtown Phoenix?
My recommendation would be to check out DeSoto Central Market. It used to be a 1928 car garage that was revitalized into what is now an independent food court.
That sounds really cool.
It's awesome.
Now, which way is it?
That way.
All right, I'm gonna go.
All right.
It was a pleasure meeting you. Thank you so much. So Jeremy, tell me about this really cool space we're in.
Right on, so this is the DeSoto Central Market. We're right here, right in the middle of Arts District in downtown Phoenix, Central and Roosevelt. Before we came here, this place used to be a car dealership and then also an antique shop as well.
All right.
And now it is what it is today.
I guess so you can actually see parts of it being a car dealership. This obviously looks like where the big garage door used to be.
Right, exactly. Yeah, this is where they used to bring in the cars and display them in this area. This is all the display area for the cars. They used to service them in the back area, so it's a pretty huge building, man. Yeah.
So what makes DeSoto Central Market unique?
The unique thing about this, it's the first of its kind in Arizona.
Okay.
It's basically a big old gourmet food court.
Tell me about your concept.
So the new concept is called the Provisionary, and it's a culinary vision on provisions. So it's basically just gourmet sandwiches and roasted meats. We smoke prime rib. We put chickens and pork butt on rotisserie. We have really cool sandwiches that we do, everything made from scratch. Also has some things on there from, I call it from the soul.
Thanks for the background. That's really interesting, really cool. It's a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you, man.
Then it was time for dinner and drinks at the Gladly. All right, Tim, I see a big block of ice here. What are you about to make
absolutely.
here?
So we're going to make you an ice ball. And this is how we start. We actually start with a 200-pound block of this that we make. And it's air bubble-free ice and very slow melting. Once it's in your drink, this will last several drinks, and that's really the point. A little chemistry at the table here and a little physics. So I brought
with a delicious end result.
That's true.
This is the science class I can get behind.
I might have retained something in high school that day.
Oh, wow.
How about it? Huh?
Look how about perfect.
Beautiful ball of ice. We've got a local bourbon here from AZ Distilling out of Tempe. It's Copper City Bourbon.
The impressive whiskey collection and expertly crafted cocktails were matched only by the impeccable service and delicious menu. A night at the Gladly did not disappoint. As you saw, downtown Phoenix has no shortage of eateries, and a cocktail and a fun night out is always within reach. Coming up after the break, I'm taking you out to the desert for a different side of Arizona. We'll be right back.
I'm only in my 60s. I've got a nice long life ahead, big plans. So when I found out Medicare doesn't pay all my medical expenses, I got a Medicare supplement insurance plan.
If you're eligible for Medicare, You may know it only covers about 80% of your Part B medical expenses. The rest is up to you. Call now and find out about an AARP Medicare Supplement Insurance Plan insured by United Healthcare Insurance Company. Like all standardized Medicare Supplement insurance plans, it could save you in out-of-pocket medical costs. Call now to request your free decision guide.
I've been with my doctor for 12 years. Now I know I'll be able to stick with them.
You'll be able to visit any doctor or hospital that accepts Medicare patients. Plus, there are no networks and virtually no referrals needed. See why millions of people have already enrolled in the only Medicare supplement insurance plans endorsed by AARP. Don't wait. Call now.
This is important news for people who had a hip replacement and then had to have additional surgery as the result of a faulty hip implant or were diagnosed with high levels of metal in the blood. Faulty hip implants are linked to swelling, severe pain, difficulty walking, and often require additional surgery to replace or revise the hip implant. It can also cause dangerously high levels of metal in the blood, known as metallosis. If you or your loved one had a hip replacement and then had to have additional surgery as the result of hip implant failure or were diagnosed with high levels of metal in your blood called metallosis, you may have a right to a cash award and medical expenses. If you have been diagnosed with high levels of metal in your blood or have required more surgery because of hip implant failure, call the law offices of Davis & Crump at the number below right now to find out if you are eligible for a cash award and medical expenses. Call the law offices of Davis & Crump right now. Our first consultation is free and we don't get paid unless you get paid. Call now. Operators are standing by.
Welcome back to the Jet Set. I'm on location in Phoenix, Arizona. A trip out to the desert is just a short ride from downtown Phoenix, and I headed out there to see what the desert had to offer. If you've never experienced the Sonoran Desert, a trip out to see its unique beauty is a must. Fort McDowell Adventures and the Wekopa Resort offer the perfect desert escape. I headed out to meet Amy Brubaker to start my adventure. Amy, thank you so much for having me out here.
Of course, welcome to Fort McDowell Adventures.
Thank you. We're only 40 minutes outside of downtown Phoenix and it's a completely different experience.
Absolutely. So out here at Fort McDowell Adventures, we're located on the Fort McDowell Yavapai Nation. It's 25,000 acres of pristine Sonoran Desert. So we have Wild West experiences out here ranging from trail rides to cattle
I was going to say, there's all the horses right behind us.
Yes, exactly. Got to plug them first. And then we have desert Segway tours. It's not like your city tour. And then we have our green zebra tomcar tours out here.
So what do you think is, someone who only has, say, a day to visit out here,
yes,
what should they absolutely do?
Okay, so what I love to do is call it a day at the ranch.
Okay.
Come out here early morning, experience a beautiful trail ride. You get to cross the Verde River, which is one of the only tours that actually does that here in Arizona, getting to cross the river on a horse. And then you come on back for a cowboy cookout for lunch. And then after that cowboy cookout, oh, absolutely. Yeah. Troy Haviland at the stables, they've been running it for 20 years. He actually does our cookouts for smaller groups.
Okay.
So he knows what he's doing. And then head back on out to another adventure, whether it be the Segway tour or the Green Zebra Tomcar tour.
Sounds good. So which way to the Green Zebras?
This way.
All right, let's go. Kara, thank you so much for having me here. The resort property is beautiful, and I have to say, after being out in the desert, this is like an oasis by the pool with a cocktail. I'm happy. Tell me a little bit about the resort.
The Wekopa Resort and Conference Center is a golf resort, independent, owned by the Fort McDowell Yavapai Nation.
Okay.
We have 246 luxurious appointed guest rooms and suites, 2 resort-style swimming pools and whirlpools.
They're beautiful.
I know, right? We have a poolside bar and grill, and a restaurant on site, and our Amethyst Spa and Boutique.
Good. All right, so I have a question. Is there a casino close by? Because I don't hide it. I love my casinos.
Good, good. It's within 2 minutes of walking, just down a path.
Okay, perfect.
Blackjack, poker, bingo, and then almost 900 slot machines.
Awesome.
Pretty sure you'll find your favorite.
And the relaxing atmosphere and the cocktails and the food. I think that's the path I'll take for the rest of the day.
A whole weekend.
Well, cheers. Thank you so much for having me.
Wow, Bobby, the Arizona desert looks really amazing.
Yeah, you know, my trip out to the desert was amazing, and it's hard to believe that it's only 40 minutes outside of downtown Phoenix, and you can have a completely different experience.
Okay, Bob, fun over. It's time to get back to work.
See you soon, guys. Bye.
The Dulles Day Festival and Plane Pull is a full day of fun for the entire family, starting with a run on the runway competition in the early morning, the plane pull and kids pull competitions throughout the day, and a whole lot of food, games, exhibitions, and live music in between. And I had a chance to go and partake in the fun.
The Dulles Day Plane Pull is one of the many events across the country that opens part of the runway to the public. With vintage aircraft, a car show, and a special appearance by a Harrier jet. This was a great way to spend an afternoon. We even had a chat with the member of Virginia's Flying Circus.
Brian, okay, this airplane is so beautiful, this classic airplane, and you own it.
I own it. Yes.
Well, tell me something about it.
This airplane is called a Luscombe 8E, and it is a vintage 1947 built aircraft.
Tell me about the Flying Circus.
It's the greatest group of people I know. So we use old World War II airplanes, biplanes, Cubs, and we demonstrate how they used them during World War II as trainers and transports. Absolutely.
But the main event? United Airlines and FedEx lent planes and crew to this year's pull, where teams go head-to-head to pull the furthest, and it all benefits the Special Olympics.
So everybody really came a long way, fitness-wise. You've got to be ready for something like that.
Oh, yes, definitely. They definitely put in the work. You have to. You can't just come out here and just start trying to pull on. You want to make sure they don't get hurt, too, at the same time.
Okay, so what are some things that people should work on if they want to condition for something like this?
Definitely cardiovascular, a lot of stretching, and work on your lowers, your legs.
Seeing huge airliners move so far was amazing, but I fell in love with a tiny plane I haven't seen for years.
So people that are seaplane fans, how would you suggest they get close to planes like this?
Seaplane crossings is a great way to do it. We have a gathering once a year down in November of every year on the Veterans Day weekend. We try to gather at Conroe Airport just north of Houston. And we call it the Gaggle of Grummins. We bring in Grumman Albatross aircraft principally. This year we think we're going to have 5. So we'll have almost a third of the flying albatrosses in the world flying out of Conroe, Texas.
Now, this isn't just at Dulles either. You can find these events at airports in Denver, Des Moines, Long Beach, Newark, and more. So go find a plane pull in your area on your local Special Olympics site. Well, it's time for a quick break, but I've got the Go powered by Trivago coming up. What destinations are offering the best deals on travel right now? I've got the answer on the Go powered by Trivago.com. And this week, we're sending you to Gettysburg. Go check out Gettysburg National Military Park. You can tour the battlefield by horseback, watching as history comes to life right before your eyes. Now, go eat at the Fiddler & Company Craft Kitchen, where they're cooking rustic farm cuisine that celebrates locally sourced food. It's the perfect Gettysburg dining experience. And go stay at the Federal Point Inn. The 130-year-old building of this inn reflects the history of the area but doesn't skimp on luxury, so be sure to have their afternoon tea and scones during your stay. Need more travel inspiration? Go check out room5.trivago.com.
What a fun show. Bobby's going to be back next week.
Yes, he's coming back from Phoenix and we're going there.
Yes,
okay?
we are.
All right, we'll see you.